Back to the features na nga ba? Bongbong the Taekwondo champion. It's Sunday, October 17, 2021, and this is the Ryan Rambles recap. Let's get ready to rumble! Friends, this is the Ryan Rambles recap, the show where we talk about the most interesting things that happened in the country this week. But this week, I want to do a little throwback, saglit lang, but I want to talk about my childhood growing up in the early 2000s. Ito yung pag-uwi mo galing sa school, manood ka ng Mix, panoorin mo yung Hari ng Sablay or yung Day You Said Goodnight. At ma-realize mo na wala ka palang homework, hindi mo alam yung homework, so punta kang YM, i-chat mo yung mga kaibigan mo, tanongin mo yung homework. Or kung hindi nakatingin yung mga magulang mo, you play with your Game Boy or Bounce or Space Invaders sa cellphone mo. But when I was a kid, the coolest guy in the world was this man named Japoy Lizardo. This Taekwondo beast, the king of Milo. Kung hindi niyo siya naalala, I'm sure you'll remember him when we show this video.
One more time. One more time.
Wow. 15 years later, and to me, he's still the coolest guy ever. This man was so cool na ang dami naming nainom na Milo dahil sa kanya. Dati kasi, kung bumili ka ng Milo, makuha ka ng sticker, at kung nakompleto mo yung sticker pack, makuha ka ng baso or ng lunchbox na may mukha ni Japoy Lizardo. It was to the extent na kalahati ng klase namin nung grade 3, siguro grade 2, kalahati ng klase namin sumali ng taekwondo dahil lang sa kanya. But apparently, he wasn't the only king of taekwondo in the early 2000s because we found out that in 2001, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was the Milo Little Olympics champion. We found this out because of a TikTok video. This TikToker named Chris De Vera found this. So may kausap siyang mga Marcos supporters and then he asked them, ano bang nagawa ni Bongbong Marcos? And they replied to him, tingnan mo naman yung website niya. Nandun lahat ng mga accomplishments niya. So he went there and he found this amazing sports portion of the website. Ngayon, wala na ata tong page na to. But it listed all his athletic achievements, including the Milo Little Olympics champion. And this is what Chris said.
Wasn't that long ago, so I searched when he was born. And it said that he was born in 1957, he's now 64. So in 2001, when he was part of the Milo Little Olympics, he was the age of 44 while he was governor.
Yes, so congratulations, Bongbong Marcos, for winning this Little Olympics at the age of 44. But I scoured the internet and we actually have footage. Meron tayong nahanap na video no 2001 Milo Little Olympics.
Are you prepared for Kumite? Yes, Sensei. Fighting stance. Hajime, begin!
So obviously we're joking. It's not actual footage from the Milo Little Olympics, but this was a achievement that he achieved as a governor. And I think this shows na medyo wala siyang magawa. Ito yung kung gumagawa ka ng resume at wala kang malagay. Let's say you're looking for your first job, tapos wala kang nagawa ng college or ng high school, babalik kang grade school para may ipakita. And maybe you were the spelling bee champion back in grade 3 at yun siguro ang ilalagay mo. But this is worse because he wasn't even the one who won the spelling bee, or in this case, the Milo Little Olympics. And Chris De Vera, he admitted this, na mali siya at mali yung inakala niya. And here's what he said.
Kasi when I make a resume or a list of my achievements, di ko na ini-include yung hindi sa akin directly. Like if I were class president in grade 3 and my classmate won in the intrams, I wouldn't include that as my award. And let's say I still include that award, I would at the very least include the athlete's name just so that it's clear that it's not my own award.
Yes, exactly. And I think what we can learn from the experience of Chris is how to talk to someone who has a different political belief than us. Diba? Like, let's say, yeah, for example, when you're talking to a Marcos apologist or a Marcos supporter, it's very frustrating kasi tatawagin kang sinungaling o dilawan. Or in my case, when I made videos about Duterte or Bato or Harry Roque, okay lang. But the moment you say anything bad about Marcos, uulan ng mga dislikes yung videos mo. So I think the best way and the way I found that is effective when talking to these supporters is to make them feel heard. Sobrang mali kasi yung perspective na sabihin mo bobo ka, matalino ako, makinig ka sa akin. No, that's just gonna create more and more fighting, which is what we don't want. Diba? Kasi kahit pro-Marcos ka, anti-Marcos, I think we can all agree that it is a dark time in the Philippines right now. So the best thing for us to do is to unite and then look for a leader who can lead us into a brighter Philippines. So a question you can ask a Marcos supporter, I think, is bakit siya? Bakit siya yung iboboto mo? And anong nagawa niya? And really listen to these answers. Kasi let's say, sabihin niya, ginawa niya itong bill at itong bill. Tapos yung source niya, mali pala. And you can show them that this is what Marcos actually did. He had one bill that was passed. It was in 2013. Ito yung Act to postpone the Sangguniang Kabataan elections. Alam naman nating mahilig siyang mag-postpone ng elections, especially vice presidential ones. Twice siyang ginawa. Okay, so let's move on to more semi-positive news. I say semi-positive kasi depende sa outlook mo on life. It can be positive, it can be negative. But for the first time in 19 months, we might be able to watch movies in the theater, sa mga movie house. So from October 16, which is yesterday, until October 31, we are on alert level 3 imbis na alert level 4. This just means if you are fully vaccinated and you sit one seat apart, meron kang mask, and that the movie house is 30% capacity lang, pwede ka manood sa sinehan. So I don't know about you guys, you can let me know in the chat, in the comments, do you feel safe going back to the movies? If you watch my videos a lot, you know I love movies. Lagi ko pinapag-usapan yung mga pelikula, and Dune is coming out in a few weeks, or I think it just came out. But it's one of the most anticipated movies of the 2020, so of course I want to watch Dune. Pero ako, para sa akin, hindi ako confident na magiging safe kung pumasok akong theater. But it's not just theaters that can reopen. Apparently, theme parks, swimming pools, internet cafes, libraries, and museums are gonna start to open up also. So kung pakiramdam mo hindi safe sa movie theater, museum siguro na hindi ka sobrang kulob, na pwede ka mag-mask at na kasama mga kaibigan mo, you're moving around. I feel like that's more acceptable. I'd feel safe doing that kumpara sa movie theater na kulob na nakaupo ka lang ng 2 oras. Or let's say dinner. You know, we have rules now for dining out na kung fully vaccinated ka, pwede kang kumain sa loob. At kung hindi ka naman fully vaccinated, sa labas ka, which I think is a lot safer. But for the first time in how many months, we can finally have debuts again. Weddings, family gatherings, kasi bubukas na yung mga venues para sa mga events na to. My only fear is that the last day for alert level 3 is October 31, which is Halloween. So, feeling ko marami magkakalat dahil last day at dahil Halloween. So, I hope na walang spike ang mangyayari. And I don't know how I feel about this. We can talk in the comments, but I'm very conflicted. Kasi on one hand, gusto ko maging back to normal na tayo kahit papano. And I feel like the reason why the Philippines is quote-unquote the worst place to be during COVID is, well, yeah, isang bagay na yung maraming cases. Pero isa pang bagay, yung hindi tayo makalabas, nakakulong tayo sa mga bahay, and the quality of life is so low. So that's one side. Pero yung isang side naman, sobrang kawawa yung healthcare workers kung mag-spike yung cases, diba? They're overworked and underpaid. So sila talaga yung kawawa. But let's see. I mean, I guess the most we can do is observe all the protocols. We can make sure all our friends and family are vaccinated, wash our hands, and we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. But right now, let's check what people are saying in the comments. So hi, shout out first to Ashley and to Yari. Ashley loves Chris on TikTok. Sabi ni Yari, tinanggal na yung video, or tinanggal na yung website, yung page on the website. That's true. And Ashley says she doesn't feel safe going back to the movies, but I guess if you dine in, it's not too far off. Will they turn off the aircon? I feel like they won't. Pero kung they're all fully vaccinated naman sa loob, I'd feel more safe kumpara sa maraming mga unvaccinated. So, let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen. I heard yesterday, sobrang daming tao sa mall. So hopefully the protocols in place are gonna keep in place, diba? Na wag siraan yung mga rules natin, mga protocols. But that's it for this edition of the Ryan Ramos Recap. This happens every Sunday. We talk about the most interesting things that happened in the country. So if there's any topic you want me to cover next week, you can send me a message on Instagram at _Ryan Rosella. But till next time, my name is Ryan. Peace, and I love y'all.
Hoy mga Pinoy, ito na ang medisina, nagbabagong apoy, linagyan ng gasolina, kaya't tinatanong pa ba kung kanino at sino ang tiyak na puntahan sa kulturang Pilipino? Ako na ang sagot, ang dakilang gamot.